Hello everyone, this is me Sabah Amir and you are watching my YouTube channel Scholastic House. So today we are going to solve economics paper 1-2, variant 2 paper 1, October-November 2020 series. This is MCQ paper. So let's start the paper. All right, moving to the question number 1. So question 1 is the diagram shows a production possibility curve. So we can see on x-axis good y is taken, on y-axis good x is taken. So what can be deduced from the shape of this curve? All right, so what can be deduced? All right, so the first one is decreasing marginal returns to consumption, decreasing opportunity cost of consumption, increasing opportunity cost of production, or the D1 is increasing return to scale. Sorry. So here we can see that the A1 is decreasing marginal return. So it's not about the marginal return. It cannot be. It's not the marginal return because we can see clearly in the picture, this is the PPC curve and it shows the production possibility, cost of production, right? It shows the production possibilities in the economies. And also the position of the curve like this, it shows the increasing opportunity cost in the production process. So according to the definition, if we saw, so the point C is the correct option. Because in point B, decreasing opportunity, so it's not decreasing. This is also wrong. And D, increasing return to scale, it's also wrong. So this is actually PPC curve, production possibility curve. It shows the different production possibilities in the economies. So the C option is correct. Okay, I hope you understand. So let's move on. Let's raise this one and moving to the next point. Okay. So number 2, which statement is correct? All right, which statement is correct? A, private goods are both non-rival and non-excludable. That is wrong. B, private goods are only provided by the private sector. Wrong, because the private goods are not just provided by the private sector. Actually, the private goods are those goods which are in our custody, which are for us. For example, your mobile, your home, your car is the private good because it's for you, it's yours, you are the owner of that thing. So this is wrong by the private sector, it's the wrong concept. C1, public goods are both non-rival and non-excludable. Yes, this definition is correct. The D1, public goods do not incur opportunity cost. So this is also wrong. This is also wrong because public goods also having the opportunity cost. This is a choice of the people which think they want to go. So the C1 is the correct option here. Okay. So let's move on to the part B. Let's raise this one. Okay. So the B1 is below are two statements. A rise in the price of rice, a rise in the price of rice is the best way to give farmers of Southeast Asia higher living standard. So due to higher increase of price, higher living standard, higher living standard is belong to. Okay. So this states the first one statement. Okay. The second one is a rise in the price of rice will lead to a fall in demand. So a rise in price will lead to a fall in demand. So let's see which option is correct, which row correctly describes these two statements. The A1 is normative. Normative are both the statements are normative. B1 is normative and positive. C1 positive and normative, then positive and positive. So look, normative statement is that when where the opinion or the suggestion is given, that type of statement is called the normative statement. So if we see in both the statements, a rise in price of rice is the best way to give farmers in Southeast Asia higher living standards. So this is a suggestion basically. It means there is something between A and B because the first statement is normative. But what about the second? A rise in the price of rice will lead to a fall in demand. It's a positive because there is no suggestion involved in it. So the B1 is the correct answer here. Normative and positive because the second statement is positive and the first one is normative. So I hope you understand. Let's move on. All right. And let's use this thing. Okay. Okay. So fourth one, what is the characteristics of money, but not a function of money? What is the characteristic of money, but not a function of money? So we will have to see that how many functions of money are here. So the A1 is medium of exchange. Yes, it's a function of money. B1 portability. It's not function, it's a characteristic. We know because portability, how much it is easy for one person to carry the money from one place to another place. So this is a portability or the facility to carry out the money. The C standard of deferred payment. This is a function of money. Store of value. This is a function of money. So the B1 is the correct answer. Let's move on the fifth one. Okay. So fifth, in the UK, attempts to encourage people to change from road to railway travel by the introduction of a system of road pricing were forecast to have little effect because people like using their cars too much. Okay, so how would this forecast be explained? So let's see. A, the price elasticity of demand for cars is high. No, it's not correct. The price elasticity of demand for petrol is high. No, it's also not correct. Okay, the next, the price elasticity of demand for rail travel is low. It's not inelastic. It's not correct. Okay, the price elasticity of demand for car travel is low. Yes, so low mean that price elasticity of demand less than one. Less than one mean inelastic. Inelastic. So this is the reason that people like using their cards too much. So the D1 is the correct answer. I hope you understand. So let's raise this one. And moving to the next one. That is the sixth one. Okay. All right. The diagram shows the demand curve for a product with unitary price elastic. So we can see this diagram is for unitary price elastic. Okay, what will happen? What will happen with such a curve? Okay, so let's see the choices. A fall in price will bring about an increase in total expenditure on the product. No, it doesn't happen with the unitary price elastic. It doesn't happen. This is wrong. B, a fall in price will bring about an increase in sales, but a fall in total expenditure on the product. No, it's also incorrect. Okay, see, as the price rises, total expenditure on the product will stay the same. Yes, they are. So the D, as the price rises, total expenditure on the product will rise, and then for no, it is wrong. So it is a unitary price elastic. And unitary price elastic, if suppose price is increasing by 1% maybe, then the price rises, total expenditure on the product will stay at the same. This is the correct answer. All right, moving on to the seventh. Let's choose this one first. All right. So the seventh one is a diagram shows the market supply and demand for a good. So you can say this is the supply curve and this is the demand curve. Which area represent producer surplus? So it's very easy and clear curve because we know and the T1 is the producer surplus. If we see the area above the supply curve and below the demand curve is called the producer surplus. So this area shows producer surplus. And the upper one area is called consumer surplus. Consumer surplus. All right, I hope you understand. So let's move on. All right. So moving to the number 8 point. Vanilla is an important ingredient in the production of ice cream. Between 2011 and 2018, the price of vanilla increased from about 100 US dollar per kg to nearly 600 US dollar per kg. So it's the biggest increment in the price. The diagram shows the market demand for and supply of ice cream. The original equilibrium is on X. So this one is the original equilibrium. Okay, now we will have to see which point illustrate the effect of this price rise on the market for ice cream. All right. So point is there. This one is the original point, and price were there, and now price is increased. So here we can see the price is increased, and also we can see at this point supply curve is moving back from S1 to S2. So the C1 is the correct answer here. So I hope you understand. Let's raise this one and move on. Now moving to the 9th one. Okay, so 9th one is a government reduces income tax, but at the same time raises the rate of sales tax, VAT, value added tax. Okay, what are the likely effects on the demand and supply of a normal good? Okay, so when a government reduces income tax, it means that demand will increase, because when taxes are reduced, then the person disposable income increase. Disposable income increases. So it means that demand side will increase. Okay, now we have two options for increase. So these two options will not be included. So look, it decrease and increase. What happened the supply then if demand increase? So demand and supply, we know they move the opposite direction. If demand is increasing, then definitely supply should decrease, right? So this is the basic phenomenon. So we will go to the C1 point. C is the correct option. Okay, so let's move on to the 10th one. Okay, so 10th, an increase in the popularity of air conditioning units has resulted in their price increasing by 20%. Okay, so price of air conditioning is increasing by 20%. All right. In response to this, the quantity supplied increased by 30%. So quantity supplied is also increased by 30%. As you saw, the price increases, quantity supplies also increases. So basically this means that price elasticity of supply is greater than 1 year. So if we know this thing, we can directly look the option that where is PES greater than 1. So if we look here, this is the D1 option where price elasticity of supply is greater than 1, because due to increased prices, they have increased their supply. It means that price elasticity of supply is greater than 1. The supplier have enough capacity or ability to increase its quantity supplied when price is increased. All right, so done. Moving to the next one, 11. Okay, 11, which change does not, be careful, does not have an immediate effect on the position of the demand curve for the product. So demand curve, basically we have to find the factor that which not be the immediate effect on the position of demand curve, right? So a fall in price of complementary goods, okay, a range of new products entering the market. So they both may be, but little possibility. The C1, a rise in the labor cost of its production. Yes, it's a strong possibility. The D1, an increase in the price of substitute product. So here we can see the A, B, and D. They both option also correct, but due to these factors, demand will increase, but with the best option. So a rise in labor cost of its production. Okay, move on. To the 12th one. So 12, when demand for a good falls, its price falls. When demand for a good falls, its price falls. What is the function of the price fall? Okay, to eliminate shortage, no, it cannot be. To reduce consumer surplus, no, it cannot. To send a signal to producer, demand fall, price fall, yes, of course. To stimulate a further fall in demand, no, no. So the C1 is the best possible answer. Okay. So let's move on to the 13.13. A firm estimates that the price elasticity of supply of its product is 0.4. It means that PES here less than 1, because 0.4 less than 1, it's inelastic. Should the firm be concerned by this figure? No, as it implies that a firm will be able to raise revenue by raising prices. No, because this factor we saw in the PED, not in PES. Okay, so it cannot be. B, no, as it suggests there are few substitute for the product. No, it cannot be. C, yes, as it means that demand for its product is increasing at a slow rate. No, it cannot be also. So yes, as it shows that a firm is not able to adjust supply easily when demand changes, yes. So this is the definition of PES less than 1. When price is decreased, our price is increased, it means the supplier is not having the enough ability to change its supply according to the price. So the D1 is the correct option. So let's move on. And we go to the 14 point. So 14, a government decides to privatize a state-owned company. Government decide to privatize a state-owned company. What should the government do to try to ensure that this will result in an improvement in efficiency? Okay. So the options are A, allocate vouchers to all citizens, entitling them to a share in the ownership of the company. No, it's not the purpose of the government. B, encourage competition. Yes, this is the strong option. C, impose the maximum profit margin. No, profit incentive is not the target of government. It's the target of private sector. D, increase business tax rates. No, because it's not the way to increase the taxes and to gain the revenue from the tax rate. No. So the C is the correct option, because government gives any company, any organization, the state-owned company to increase the to increase the competition. So B will be the correct option, not C. Okay, so B is the correct option. All right. So moving on, the 15th one. All right, so 15, the graph shows an individual's income before and after deduction of income tax. Okay, so this income is income before tax. So it was 0 to 10,000, 10,000 to 20,000. And the on y-axis, the income is shown income tax, income after tax. So after tax, income 10,000, 1,700, 500. Then okay, it means when his income was 10,000, he was giving zero tax, because there is no change of his income after giving the tax. But when his income rose up to 10,000, because the difference between income is 10,000, it is 100% change. And on the other side, his income decreased, you can say 17,500, 10,000, 7,500. So this is the difference. Okay, now we see what we will have to do here. What is the marginal percentage rate of tax between $0 to $10,000 and between $10,000 and $20,000? So this clearly states that this is a progressive tax. When income increases, then taxes increases. So the first one is the 0%. So we can see from A to B, C and D is wrong, because 1% means that here the income tax is 1%, but there is no income tax when his income was 10,000, and after tax was income again the same. It means there was a 0% tax over here. So look the A and B. Now we can see on the other side that we saw before, when his income was 20,000, at that time, when he paid the income tax, then his income decrease 17,500. So the difference is 7,500. So if we put the formula also, marginal percentage rate of taxation. So it is delta T over delta Y. Change in tax over change in income. All right. So this change actually change in tax payable over change in taxable income. And if we follow this rule, so when income increases, then taxes also increases with a better percentage. So as compared to 12.5%, if we put this one in the formula, and if we put 25% in the formula, so the B1 option will be correct. So here the strongest option is the B1 option. This one is correct. All right. This is end for today. I hope you understand all the things. If you're not getting anything, you can ask me in the comment.